Thank you for watching. My name is Thorbear, and this is going to be my first edition of my gaming news show, which I like to call, for now anyway, the Valhalla Herald. Today we will be touching on the new Steam OS that's newly been announced. We will talk a little bit about GTA 5's financial records. We will see some stuff from Everquest Next that I'm very excited about. We'll talk about some things in Battlefield 4 that I'm excited about. And if you like the choose-your-own-adventure books of what seems to be the ancient past, be sure to check out the new interactive trailer for Hellraid. Alright, first up in news, GTA 5 came out a week ago, and on its first day, it made $800 million. By day 3, it had made $1 billion with a B, billion dollars, which is crazy. Just crazy. It is the biggest entertainment property, or if not biggest, the fastest selling entertainment property in the history of what we know the universe to be. By comparison, in the movie world, we have the Avengers, Avatar, and Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2, all of which reached $1 billion after 17 days. GTA's main competitor in this regard is the Call of Duty series, which with its Black Ops 2 installment reached $1 billion in 15 days. So GTA 5 outdid that by a clean 2 full weeks, so that is a record that will be interesting to see who breaks. Alright, next up in news, Steam, which is the leading platform for digital game sales on the computer, have announced that they would have 3 more announcements. The first of those announcements, they did this last week, the first of those announcements arrived today, earlier today, or was it yesterday? I think it was today. This announcement is that they are making something called the Steam OS. So it's a Steam-based operating system which is going to target gamers. Now, it's going to be Linux-based. Now this is interesting. Steam mentions that this new operating system is tailored for the living room, meaning they will probably also give access to things like Hulu Plus, Netflix, and all the ones that we love and watch, as well as stream games to your big screen TV. Meaning you can play from your base PC or your machine that you normally game from and stream it to the TV. That means they can challenge Windows, because right now, if you want to be a gamer, you have to get Windows. I love competition in this market. It is good for everyone, usually, and I'm very interested to see what they can do with this. I personally have a gaming computer in my living room and could maybe have good use for this. Plus, I use Steam a lot, so that's great. Steam's fantastic. Up next, Battlefield 4 is coming. Beta will start in October. It will come out shortly after that. I think the release date is sometime in late November. Personally, I have a soft spot for Battlefield because I've played it ever since its 1942 game, which is the first one out. It was a lot of fun. I even played it with my dad back in the day. And I like the fact that you have a bigger Battlefield with more vehicles, and it's more realistic, although it's hard to apply that to a game. In terms that you have to face more than just other infantrymen. As far as news goes, they will feature a training ground where you can train with all the different vehicles and war machines that you get to play with in game, which is good because then you don't have to do it while you're competing online, and it affects your score, or you're letting your team down because you keep crashing your helicopter into your own teammates because you don't know how to do it. Now you can practice before you go online. That's great. 2, they'll feature something, and they will be the first to do so, feature something called tiered reloading, which means when you're running out of bullets and you have to change your clips, and while changing your clips you need to do something else like throw a grenade or pull up your sidearm to fend off more enemies, and you switch back to your main weapon or whatever weapon you were using when you needed to reload, the game will remember how far you had gotten in the reload process, which is great because normally the way it is now in most FPSs, if not all of them, probably all of them actually, is you run out of bullets, you have to go through the entire reload mechanic before you can switch weapons. If you don't, you'll have to go through the entire reload mechanic again when you switch back. So this new version of things, the tiered reloading system, will be more realistic because if you take out the mag once, you obviously don't have to do it again. And it will save people some time. It'll be a little faster, and it'll be more. You'll have more incentive to actually switch to your sidearms or do other things like you would have in real life. I used to be a soldier, so I've handled my fair share of automatic weapons and all this stuff, and I know how much of a hassle reloading is. This way, all of us can pretend to be even more elite. Upcoming first-person slasher action game, Hellraid, has a new trailer. The fun part about this trailer is it's kind of like one of those old choose-your-own-adventure books where you watch a video on YouTube, it'll take you to a certain point where you have to make a decision for your character, and then based on which decision you make, the movie or the trailer for this game spins in a different direction. I, for one, used to love the choose-your-own-adventure books, and I had many of them. I could never get through one because most of the choices would lead to your death. In this trailer, it's the same way. But it is fun, and if you want to check it out, I'll leave a link below so you can go try for yourself. And finally, some details on Everquest Next. It's a beautiful looking game, I love the art style, and it's the next iteration in the Everquest franchise. Everquest, like some of you will know, was the first 3D first-person MMO out there. I personally spent way too much time on it, and so did many others. It was called Evercrack for a reason. Everquest Next comes out in the next few years, and will feature a lot of changes that are very exciting for people who like MMOs. First of all, it'll be voxel-based. Voxel-based environments means that they are fully destructible. In Everquest Next's case, you can actually go into procedurally generated dungeons this way by digging straight down, or massive monsters will be able to break down fortresses, etc., etc. Now, one of the issues with all MMOs is that there's really no lasting impact on the game, depending on what the players do. Everquest Next seeks to change that, first of all with a voxel-based, where the terrain is fully destructible and you can build things and destroy things at your heart's leisure. Now, there are several other things that they will feature that are very interesting when it comes to the MMO scene. First of all, their voxel-based world will have, before the game launches, a tool which we as players can download and mess around with and create our own things, houses, whatever it might be, with their voxel-based engine. And there will be an online store where players can sell whatever they create this way. This is potentially enormous. Something else that they will do that will help the player feel like they have an impact on the game world is something called rally calls, which are going to be month or two or whatever, over large quests over a period of time, which require many different players contributing in any number of ways to create something new and permanent in the game world. An example they used is they might be a rally call to actually create a new city in the frontier. So the players will have to go in there, work the terrain, kill off the monsters, make sure the trade routes to the other cities, the previously existing cities, are free of monsters so resources can flow back and forth. Maybe the players even have to craft these buildings, build the walls, all kinds of stuff. And then once this is done, there will now be a city there, a player-created city forever in the game world. I think that's redonkulous, and I love it. This sort of permanent impact that players can have on the game, I think, will be insanely interesting. You can literally log off for a few months, come back, and there'll be a new city. Or you can log off and come back, and the new city that you helped create has been destroyed by some opposing faction, or have been left to die, or has become a ruin because creatures, you weren't able to defend it enough and creatures have taken over. I don't even know. I am not even going to speculate. It looks cool, and I cannot wait to see some more Everquest Next, and I will keep you updated as we go. This will wrap up my first gaming news segment. We can only go up from here, but thank you for watching. My name is Thorbear, and have a great day.